Hi, and welcome to your Craftbox video on the secret life of bees. One of the writing techniques in this book that really impressed me throughout was the ability of this author, Sumong Kid, to use setting and descriptions of setting to heighten suspense and to give the reader a space to resonate with a character. So we're going to look at a specific moment where Sumong does this during the climax. And here it is. So it's pretty late into the book. It's on 292. So if you haven't read the book, there's a little bit of a spoiler alert in that this is a climactic moment when T-Ray, her father, Lily's, the narrator's father, finds her at the place that she has run away to. And he finds her alone. And she is a little girl, really. She's like kind of a middle school aged young girl. And the father has a history of a little bit of abuse, and he's a little unstable. So this is a very intense situation. And we're going to take a look at how setting works during this climactic scene. So I'm going to start on the second new paragraph on my copy, which is page 292. And it says here, suddenly he, meaning T-Ray, stopped rocking. The nauseating smile faded off his mouth. He was staring at my shoulder with his eyes squinted almost to the closed position. I looked down to see what had grabbed his attention and realized he was staring at the whale pin on my shirt. He got to his feet and walked over to me, deliberately stopping 4 or 5 feet away, like the pin had some kind of voodoo curse on it. "Where did you get that?" he said. My hand went up involuntarily and touched the little rhinestone spout. August gave it to me, the woman who lives here. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying. She gave it to me. She said it belonged to... I was afraid to say it. He didn't know anything about August and my mother. His upper lip had gone white the way it did when he was badly upset. I gave that pen to your mother on her 22nd birthday, he said. You tell me right now, how did this August woman get it? You gave this pen to my mother? You did? Answer me, damn it. This is where my mother came when she ran away from us, August said. She was wearing it the day she got here. He walked back to the rocker, shaken looking, and eased down onto the seat. I'll be goddamned, he said, so low I could hardly hear him. August used to take care of her back when she was a little girl in Virginia, I said, trying to explain. And here's where we get our moment, where the father is piecing together this detail of the whale pin and this detail of August, the woman who owns the house that Lily, the narrator, is staying in. All those details aren't so important as much as this writer's craft move right here. We are at a moment where this character is having a realization. And at that time, it's really important for us to slow down the story, to give the reader a sense that a very large, deep thought is occurring to this character. We call it an epiphany. And in order to give the story space for that epiphany, in order to slow down time, we have this whole paragraph that only describes the setting. And this is, I think, something that we do when we are having some sort of large, deep epiphany, in that time does seem to slow down for us, and we do seem to take in greater details from the setting. The action stops, our words stop, and we really do absorb more setting. So this is really a way in which literature is resonating from life. So let's see the beautiful description of setting that is inserted here. He stared into the air, into nothing. Through the window, out there in the Carolina summer, I could see the sun beating down on the roof of his truck, lighting up the tips of the picket fence that had all but disappeared under the jasmine. The truck was spattered with mud. like he'd been trolling the swamps looking for me. So we get this whole description of where he's staring, what's happening out the window, what looks like what his truck looks like outside. And then he speaks and gives words to the epiphany that he just said. I should have known. He was shaking his head, talking like I wasn't in the room. I looked for her everywhere I could think, and she was right here. Jesus Christ, she was right here. It's a beautiful piece of writing, and it's an amazing climactic scene. And in this time, we really do, for the first time, get a sense of the humanity of this T-Ray character as he comes to this realization. And the reader is really given a lot of space to realize who T-Ray is and what he's thinking because of this paragraph of setting. It really is only 3 sentences, but those 3 sentences contain a powerful craft move that allow us to begin to feel empathy for T-Ray for the first time in this text. So give this a shot for your own writing. If you're in a moment in your story where you really want to give the reader space to get a sense that an epiphany is occurring, try to give us a description of setting like this to slow us down and realize that something intense and nonverbal is happening in the narrator. So thanks so much for your attention, and this is Craftbox.